Yes. Now today we learn about the next topic about what is an HDFS block replication. I think in the previous class, I think you can remember this slide. We learn about the HDFS components. I think this diagram and what is a major processing diagram we learn. Now today we learn about the new topic called as an HDFS block replication. Now here what we are going to learn, why it is required in a replication. You can imagine, I told you also what is going to happen here. Suppose if name node is in a stores about it contains in a set of HDFS components where the data nodes are available, where the data can be accessible. I also told you, suppose in case the data node fails and already we contain a same set of data in another racks. I told you like it is a buffer or it is like a backup, here is a duplicate data also available in a different racks. So because sometimes the data node may fail, then I told you will have a redundant design. So I have to send the data to a client. So I will store the data. Now you can imagine general knowledge, suppose of the same data if I store 2 times, what is a major drawback? Automatically it occupies a more memory. Suppose if it occupies a more memory, for example, like 1 GB of data I want to store, I stored in my pen drive. I thought that okay, it may corrupt the data, the pen drive data may corrupt, so okay, I'll keep it in my laptop, 1 GB. So what happened? 1 GB was there in my laptop, 1 GB is there in my laptop. Now you imagine one more case. So 1 GB of data I stored in my D drive. Okay, like it is in some my department file. I thought okay, somebody may access my laptop, somebody may damage that file. Okay, fine, I'll store that same 1 GB of data, the department file, in another drive of my laptop. Now what happened? Duplication. You can imagine, it was in pen drive to I moved to D drive, or I may have moved to D drive to some other drive, maybe I moved G drive, I made one more drive called G drive and stored. So same data duplicating more than one time, that is called as a replication, which is called as a block of data, or it is called as a stores in terms of blocks. So this is a topic, same thing we want to learn here about what is meant by HDFS block replication, why we have to store, and why there is a backup is needed, what is the use of this backup data, whether it will damage my memory, whether it will occupy more space. Instead of a 5 GB of data, I am storing in a 10 GB, exactly 2 times if I am storing, 10 GB of memory is wasted only for a 5 GB of data. How to overcome this, how to retrieve this, all these things we are going to learn here in the HDFS block replications. Now we will see one by one. HDFS writes a file, it is represented across the cluster. The amount of replication is based on the value of DFS, that is a replication in the HDFS.xml.file. One file has to. Now Hadoop clusters containing more than 8 data nodes, the replication value is usually a set to 3. Means you can imagine 8 into 3. 8 data can be usually set into 3. Or you can imagine there is a 8 files are there that I have replicated and I usually stored in the set of 3. So if there is a 8 GB occupies, for me it occupies in a 3 GB for a backup repository, because I am storing only the HDFS XML files. Fine, that is one thing. Now in a Hadoop cluster, to fewer data nodes but more than one data node, a replication factor of 2 is adequate. Understand? Fewer data nodes, one data node only, but the replication requires 2. So what I told in the past, 8 files I can store it in a 3 files, but there are one file which occupies 2 files space. So I cannot say that, as I told you, 5 GB of data I am storing and I am using a 10 GB to store the 5 GB of data. Understanding? 5 GB of data I am storing in a 10 GB. Not like that. It may goes more than 10 GB. Case to case it will vary. That we learn from here. For a single machine like a pseudo distributed, the replication factor is set to 1. There are some cases pseudo distributed files which occupies 1 to 1. If there is a 1 GB of data, you want to store and replicate, you will get 1 GB only. Some cases are there, if you need 1 GB of data, you need 2 GB of space. That is about some cases. Another cases is there is a 8 data nodes are there. To replicate it, I need in a set of 3. So what I want to conclude here, the probability may vary from case to case. In a several machines must involved in the several of a file. Then a file could be redundant, unavailable by the loss of any one of these machines. HDFS solve this problem by replicating each block across a number of machines. I will explain you with this in one diagram. Imagine. Now you can see this diagram. There is a data file which is of an 64 MB blocks. You can imagine from 1 to 64 blocks are there. Each block contains a different set of data nodes. Can you imagine? HDFS block replication example is this. There is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks are there. Now you see there is a one data node which cannot contain all the data, all the blocks. You can see here data 1. One data node contains 1 and 3. Another data node contains 3 and 4. Another one 3 and 5. But it is not in a sequential order also. Don't imagine that there are 5 data, I will do in a probability and combination. I will put it in everywhere. No, it will not happen. You can see here some data nodes which is more factor. For example, you can count here 3. What is a block 3? How many times a block 3 is available here? 1, 2, 3. 3 times you can see the block 3. We will go with an 1. Now how many times you can see one block? 1, 2 and 3. So what I want to say here, maximum out of 6 data blocks, the one element, that is a block 1, is available only 3 times. Means what we learned here, the probability is not like in a 50-50, like 1 GB is there, I need 1 GB. There is a 2 GB is there, I can do it in a 1 GB. No, a 6 into 3, this is a beautifully in a set of 3. 6 blocks with the 2 blocks in each. Clear? So the replication data says that randomly based on the factors. Suppose some client may access only 1 and 3. Some client may ask only 3 and 4. Some access the client may approach only 2. Some client may ask only 5. Now you can get a doubt here. Suppose, madam, I want only the block 4. The client requests only for the block 4. Now I am sending a data node of, you can see here 4. Okay, second node. Madam, there are 3 and 4. I am sending that. Now, why he need 3? The data is decrypted. The data is leaked here. The data can be accessed by without our permission. I think hackers can take care here. The client is requested for 4th block, but I am sending 3 and 4. Understanding? This is the magic here. What happened when I told there is a block 4 and block 3 I want, block 4 completely or is not stored in all the nodes. Means it is being categorized. Either it may be in a HTML files, or it may be in a data files, or it may be in a redundant file. Now here you see the previous slide. How it has been categorized? The amount of replication is based on the value of DFS, or it may be in a clusters, value of fewer data nodes having only in a Hadoop clusters. So what I want to conclude here, suppose a client asked me, yes, I want to access the 4th block. Yes, I am sending the second data node, giving in a read permission or a write permission, and he can access only the 4th. But the 3rd, I'm having in a sequential diagram. I can ask him to only read option I can give you, like in a supporting file. But there is no need to feel that yes, my data is been decrypted and my data is been leaked. No, you cannot have an accessibility. So what we learned here, the factors may vary. The factor value is very, very important. We will have one example, you will learn from this. Okay. Now HDFS default block size is often, normally as I told you, one block is maximum capacity of a 64 MB, or it may be in a 128 MB. Now a typical operating system, the block size is 4 kilobytes, or it may be in 8 kilobyte. However, if a 20 KB file is written to HDFS, it will create a block that is approximately 20 KB in size. If a file size is 80 MB is written in HDFS, while a 64 MB block and a 16 block will create. Please underline, my students, I will tell you now. Suppose if a file size is 80 MB and written on the HDFS, you don't have an imagine that 64 MB one block. The remaining how much you got? You got it on a 16. The 16 block will be created. So this is about the division of a memory. How the memory is saved in this concept. So I'll give you one more example. The HDFS blocks are based on the size, while the scripts are based on the logical partitioning of the data. It is purely in a different machine learning